Good morning. I'm feeling messy this morning, apparently. I don't know what probably peanut butter. I had peanut butter, rice cakes, PB2, and some water so far this morning. Try to see if I feel any better. I have work orientation this morning, which is exciting. Man, it is scary though. Stepping into a job for the first time in 11 years is terrifying. But I got orientation today. I don't think today is going to be a very long video either. Maybe after everything we could do like a go to the gym or fold laundry and talk, because I have a lot of laundry to fold. But I just want to tell you good morning, and I don't know what we're going to do today after my orientation, but I am getting ready for that right now. Here's just a funny picture I took at the house right before training, and then this is our breakfast on kofta bread with cheese, egg, cottage cheese, pico de gallo, turkey bacon, and sausage crumbles, and a little bit of banana peppers. We made a little pizza. It was absolutely delicious. So I came to the bathroom to tell you that I did go to the gym today. I'm so glad that I did, because I went from 15 minutes on the elliptical to 20 minutes on the elliptical. I said I'm gonna go do weights, but I think we're starting to tell a little bit. The shirt's actually getting baggy on me. Okay. I thought it was weird to film this out there, but I immediately had to tell you. Good job, Amber. Today we are going to be making a beef teriyaki rice bowl. So first thing I'm going to do is I have to oil my pan and I have to heat it up for a little bit. I recently got these Hexclad pans. I absolutely adore them. However, there is a little bit of a learning curve, just like if you were using cast iron. So with the Hexclad pans, you have to oil them and let them heat up for a couple minutes. I'm gonna let this heat up, and then we're gonna put in garlic while I try to find my garlic. You have to let it heat up for a couple minutes before you put the stuff in, and it really does reduce the sticking. So far, I am thrilled with these pans and how well they're holding up. I'm usually very hard on pans, and I go through a set of pans at least every year, if not sometimes twice a year. I go through an entire set of pans. So I am starting by frying up some broccoli, matchstick carrots, and some snap peas, but I totally forgot that I had to snap the peas prior to putting them in, so I did zero preparation with that. I just ripped open that bag and snapped them right there and tried to add in as many as possible. Also, in a few minutes, you're going to see me struggling with ginger, fresh ginger. I had never used fresh ginger before, so in the middle of cooking this meal, I had to look up how to peel fresh ginger so that I could grate the ginger to put into the meal. But I ended up managing. So right now, we're going to stir up this broccoli to your heart's content until it's probably about the doneness that you want. If you want crispier, obviously do less. If you want it softer, keep it on more. But now you're going to see me. I had to look up how to do it, and it says for fresh ginger to use a spoon to peel it to make it easier to get all of that skin off, and then you can go ahead and grate it right after. We have totally transformed our eating. This is maybe something we would have had before, but I absolutely would have done like an egg roll or some other things, or did different toppings, but it was fairly healthy for a dinner. Now, I did use a store-bought teriyaki sauce, but that's okay, because it was still very good. I apologize if I yawn. I'm probably not going to edit that out. If I do it too many times, maybe I will, but I got up at 4:30 this morning for work. It is currently 4:30 p.m., so I did wake up 12 hours ago. I also walked 11,000 steps today. I just got home, and now I'm trying to finish this video. Okay, Okay, so now I'm finally going to grate up the ginger, and it smelled so good. I don't know if you've ever smelled fresh ginger, but I will forever now be a convert, and I will convert to using fresh ginger instead of other ginger whenever possible, because it was a game changer and really elevated this meal to another level. See, I even said the ginger smelled so good. I forgot about that because I'm editing this in the future. That's hilarious. It wasn't an invitation for you, Hamilton. Very slippery. Of course, Hamilton had to do his obligatory come into the kitchen, even though he knows he's not allowed in the kitchen when I'm cooking, and try to see if he can get food from me. I'm constantly chasing him out of the kitchen. Uh, if I really wanted him out that bad, I would just gate him out. But sometimes we play this game where I tell him to get out, and he goes and sits on the edge of the kitchen with one paw in the kitchen so that he can still break the rule. Here in a minute, I'm going to stir the vegetables, and there's just this great sizzle that happens when I do. So now what we're going to get ready to do is we're going to take all of the vegetables out of the pan so that we can start cooking our beef to whatever doneness it is that you want. I do mine a little bit more because I was also feeding Addison, and I just like mine cooked just a little bit more when it's in a bowl or something like this. It holds up really well. And so once I get that out, I'm going to fry into this pan. And speaking of this pan, this is the chicken roaster pan from Hexclad. This thing is massive, and it is one of my all-time favorite pans right now to use. I've been using it to cook everything in. Man, I love a good sizzle when I'm cooking my food. Just something about it, and it makes me so excited to try the food that I'm making. Alright, so every once in a while I'm going to sneak bites of broccoli because the broccoli was delicious all by itself. And currently I'm going to be working on the sauce. So it was soy sauce, rice wine vinegar, ginger, brown sugar, some seasonings, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. If you want to add a little bit more ginger, you can. I just went with the fresh ginger instead of the ground ginger. So you mix that into a bowl really well, and you put it aside because that is going to be your sauce that you are going to use whenever you start assembling the mixture here. So once the beef is done browning, I'm going to add back in the vegetables and the sauce, and then I'm going to let it sit and cook for a little bit. What are some good recipes that you like to make, or good healthy things that you like to eat, or unhealthy things that you'd like to eat? I mean, every once in a while we all deserve to be able to do that. So the thing I'm also trying to do is make sure that I am cleaning up after myself as well. At some point too, you're going to also want to get your rice started. So whether you're using a rice cooker or doing it in the microwave or on the stove top, however you cook your rice, you're definitely going to want to have that going as well to make sure that it is done when the beef is done cooking. I went ahead and just sped this part up because in no world do we all need to sit here and just watch me brown beef for 10 minutes. Felt like this was a much faster option and still gets the point across. I ended up taking some vegetables and meat out for my daughter because I wasn't sure if she was going to like the sauce or not. Sometimes she's very picky about certain things like that, so I always offer a separate option that doesn't have any spice or sauce in it in case she would like to go with that version. But she actually ended up loving this, so I ended up just mixing it all together anyways. So now we're going to go ahead and add our vegetables to the beef and kind of stir that all that around and get that cooking together before we add in the sauce. Like I said, make sure you're stirring the sauce really good. And I guess taste test it. I didn't remember doing that, but I did to make sure that it tasted good. And then I also have been using low sodium soy sauce, but if you're not a low sodium person, obviously use regular. So now we're going to let the mixture sit in the pan and kind of cook and thicken up a little bit until we're ready to serve it on the rice. This is 100% a meal I would absolutely make again. Even the leftovers came out really good and totally worth it. We actually didn't end up having too many leftovers of it, but the three of us who ate this pretty much finished off a lot of it. So then I ended up putting a lid on for a little while, and then I dropped the camera. Definitely a step that you want to keep in for sure when you're making this meal. Drop your camera, throw it against some stuff. It totally makes the meal.
Alright, now
Whoa, that looks good.
it does, and I don't know if Addison's gonna like it, so I put some aside for her.
Looks good. Looks heavy in calories.
It's actually, I don't think really not.
What?
I don't think it is.
And here we have a video of the finished bowl. And then I also added in a couple pictures of it at different angles just because it looked so pretty. And I needed to send it to my group chat. Anyways, thank you for joining me today, day 25. And I'll be working on day 26 soon. And so on after that. So I hope you have a great day. And thank you for watching.